And that's why people were inspired to kill him, because they thought he was hateful. That's why I'm having these conversations, because he wasn't hateful, but he was hunted. Someone went out and said, I want to shoot a white conservative because of who he is and because of his views. And I'm #1 on that list. I've had to be on the phone with the FBI. I've had to be on the phone with multiple intelligence agencies, because this is not, you're seeing the one that got through. There have been many attempts on Charlie's life and my life because of what we do here, having a conversation. And I think we can all agree that that's something that needs to be changed. But if you take that and go, and I've condemned it totally, just like Donald Trump with white supremacists. If that happens at HBCUs, it's awful. It shouldn't happen anywhere. Also, no one should be kicked off of campus or beaten up, permit or not, for having a point of view. People should have a conversation.
They should have been kicked off campus.
So you should be kicked off by the administration. But here's the other thing that happens. Let me give you a flip side of that. SMU, TCU, UT, I've gone through the process. I've gotten permits, and then you've had students, sometimes they're black, sometimes they're lesbian, and they've complained and said, hey, we think this is hateful, and had to leave campus. And you know what that does? It puts me at risk. Because now I don't have the place secure. Even though I had the right, but someone had an opinion that offended them.
But that's what I'm saying. Just like, if I say, okay, if I make a statement that says, man, white people have been giving it to black folks for a long time, somebody might take that and say, that's racist. You shouldn't say that.
Sure.
I'm going to feel like historically I got a right to say that, because that's what America has shown me. And I'm not saying nothing against any particular white person. I'm saying in general, the white power structure has been giving it to the black folks in America for a long time.
You can say that.
So,
and you should never experience violence for it. I agree.
But there's certain places in time. But I can say that in certain places in time that will incite violence. Because if I go out and say that in the middle of the cornfield festival, when I'm surrounded by people who don't look like me, and I say that, then I'm gonna subject myself to their scrutiny and their ire. Like they're gonna be like, wait, what you say, boy?
And I would anticipate it.
I think you might get some racial epithets, and you might get an N-bomb. You might get the N-bomb here, but I don't think you get assassinated. I don't think you get assassinated.
Get out of here. It's gonna be some trouble.
Yeah, I know. We always know about the racist white guy.
That incident that happened with Charlie Kirk as a real wake-up call, and I'm going to tell you honestly, unless we can really have an effective discourse when it comes to our differences of opinion, we're going to have a bad country moving forward.
And that's what I'm saying.
I just don't think
people hear things and they hear it according to their conditioning, what they've been conditioned to believe. So if you hear me say, white people have been giving it to black people for a long time, and you've been conditioned to think that as a black man, I'm a certain type of person, well, you're going to lean this way. And you're gonna categorize my speech as a certain thing. But if you free thinking and you clear thinking and you can think for yourself and say, well, let me examine what he said before I label him. Because that's what everybody quick to do, is label somebody as something. Everybody got to be labeled as something. You got to be a leftist or rightist, or you got to be a conservative or whatever. Like, everybody's got a label. If you think for yourself and say, you know what he said is actually, it ain't all the way wrong. He might have said it in a fucked up way. That's the thing that, once again, no disrespect to the dead, but that's what I give Charlie. Charlie said a lot of shit in fucked up ways sometimes to certain people.
Like what?
If you come from a certain black, like, once again, if I'm on the phone with a customer service representative that's a moronic black woman, well, okay, I'm gonna hear that statement and saying, well, I get that you might think just anybody working in customer service may be moronic, but you didn't have to point out.
But what did he say that was messed up?
Moronic black woman. So to black women, it's gonna be a long way.
You're talking about that quote. So here's something that's important, right? Because Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Let's be clear about this, and we're both agreeing, because people believed a lie. He never said black women were moronic. He never said that.